YouTube? It's Lauren. It is Saturday, May 18th. I'm going to go ahead and do my 1 week update for my weight loss. 1 week would have been yesterday, which was Friday the 17th. So I'm a day behind. I'm going to try to do them on Fridays, but I think Saturdays might just work better for me to get them done and uploaded. So yeah, I'm just going to go over the week, tell you what I struggled with, if I had any really big victories, where I'm at, what I'm hoping for, and where I end the week. So started out last Friday at 196.8, which was my highest I've ever been. That's almost 200 pounds, y'all. That's, yeah. I spent most of my life between 115 and 130, you know, and this is just crazy how far I've let it get out of control. But I'm ready to get back to it. I'm tired of, you know, I've been this way for 4 years, just gradually putting on 10 more pounds, 15 more pounds, and just feeling terrible. I'm ready to be done with it. And I think that's the biggest thing that's going to help me be successful this time. It's just that I'm ready to be done. I am ready to put the work in. I'm ready to take the time and do it right. So, I talked a little bit the last video about how when I decide to eat healthy, I don't feel well. You know, after a few days, I just have a pit in my stomach that, you know, it's a pit and it kind of makes me feel nauseous. And yeah, I was kind of thinking and praying about what my options would be and doing some research, and I came across a video on Sunday called Fat, Dead, and Nearly Sick. Or no, sorry, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It was this documentary about an Australian guy who was really sick, had an autoimmune disorder, and decided to do a 60-day juice fast where all he ate was juice that he had made from fruits and vegetables. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. I thought, you know, this might be what I need to try. He suggested doing like a 10-day reboot is what he called it. Just doing 10 days to you know, try to get all the nasty toxins and stuff out of his system and reset himself. So I did a couple videos about it earlier, so if that's something you're interested in, go back and check those out. But yeah, I decided to do that on Sunday, went and bought the juicer, bought all the vegetables. No, I did that on Saturday. That was Saturday. And then on Sunday was going to be my first day. You know, it just hasn't worked for me to do it as my only option to eat. I'm too hungry. I get very emotionally attached to food, which is something I'm hoping to work on. But, you know, it was just going to be too big of a hardship for me to keep. I just felt like it was going to derail me, you know, trying to be perfect with that, you know. So I decided to compromise, which is something new. I'm usually all or nothing, so this is great. I decided to compromise and do it as like a supplement. Try to drink it twice a day. 2 big glasses, I think that they are 16-ounce glasses, I'm not sure, of it a day, and use it in conjunction with all my other foods, and it's been great. That works perfect. It's a pain in the butt to make, so like today's Saturday, and I did not make any Thursday night. I don't get home on Thursday nights till after 10 o'clock, and I was just not going to sacrifice getting up for my workout on Friday to make the juice. I didn't have any on Friday, and it's Saturday now, and I haven't made any yet. I'm going to hopefully make some later on today. But the rest of the week when I was drinking it, I could just tell my cravings were in check. My food choices seem to be more balanced. I'm usually a little bit heavier with protein and dairy because they're easy, and that's what I like, and fruits. But you know, I felt like I had a good balance and I felt good. Maybe TMI, but I felt like my digestion was much better. Normally, you know, I have very slow digestion, and it, you know, I always kind of have this permanent bloated, full feeling, you know, and I felt like that was much better this week. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it to anyone who's thinking about it. 10 days isn't too bad. And, you know, I think that I'm just going to keep it up. 10 days would end, like, I think this upcoming Wednesday. And, you know, like I said, I haven't had any on Friday, and I didn't have any yet today. But I think I'm going to keep it up. It's easy. I mean, once you get past the actual juicing, it's an easy thing to do to make sure that your body's getting all those vegetables. I mean, I don't eat any vegetables. I can eat green beans and cooked carrots. That's about it. And, this is just a great way for me to make sure that I'm getting, getting a good helping of them. And hopefully it'll translate into, me being able to tolerate more vegetables to actually eat them and maybe stand in place of some of the other things I'm eating. But for now, I think this is perfect. It's great. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Sunday. So Sunday was supposed to be my first day of my fast, which it was technically. I did actually eat something Sunday. That's when I realized it wasn't going to work to only do this. But I got distracted in church, and I was thinking about the afternoon and what I was going to do, and I wanted to watch some Netflix, and I just started to have that really destructive desires, where I wanted to just go home and just rest and sit on the couch. And my main pitfall right now is wavy chips and sour cream mixed in with one of those ranch dressing mixes. Crazy good, and it has been insane. I used to joke about it over the last month. I think I'm having a problem with this. This is insane how many tubs of sour cream we're going through, but I kid you not. It's terrible. I hate to admit it, but I was going through like a whole thing of sour cream and chips a week at least. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, that would be my supper when I came home. So it's no wonder I felt like crap, but I am not on the other side. I still am struggling with not eating that stuff and like I said, I have an emotional attachment to it, so it's like I feel like I'm being hurt. Like, this is so irrational, but I feel like my feelings are hurt when I don't get to like veg out and eat. So yeah, I'm really hoping to kind of work through that and get to a much healthier place with that. But Sunday we left church, and I told my husband, I said, hey, I've got a proposition for you once we got into the car. I said, let's go to Walmart and let's go get some chips because we got the sour cream and the dip at home, but we're out of chips. Let's go ahead and get those. We'll finish that up so it's not in the house, and then we'll start fresh tomorrow. And he got really angry with me. And I got upset that he was angry with me because my husband never gets angry. And he's like, we spent all that money on the juicer and all the fruits and vegetables. This is the first day and you're already derailing yourself. And we had a really good heart-to-heart talk. I told him, I just said, I know my pitfalls. I know what's going on, and I want them to change. It's not that my standard is that much different. I just feel incapable of changing it. In the moments, those desires are stronger. People say, don't sell what you want now for what you want more that would come later. That's really terrible paraphrasing, but that rationale does not work for me in the moment, because in the moment, more than anything, I want what I'm craving. And I explained to my husband, I'm like, I need your support and encouragement, even if it's over the top. I just need you to encourage me and tell me, that, he had gotten mad or whatever. I said, that's okay. Let's not go get it. That's fine. But, what would have been more helpful for me is if you would have said, I feel like you're derailing yourself already. I know it's hard, but you can do this, and this is what you want, more than going home and sitting around and eating. And I told him, I said, I need your encouragement like that. I said, I don't know how I'm going to make it through actually losing 75 pounds if I don't have your encouragement. And that stuck, guys. It was awesome. This week, there were multiple times that I would come home and he's like, what do you want for supper? And we'd pick something healthy, and he's like, this is great. You're doing great. Or I would come home in the morning from working out, and he would be like, yeah, how far did you go? And I'd tell him, like, that's great. You're being consistent. That's excellent. Yeah, it was just great. It's just been good to have that kind of support, and it's helped a lot. So I think I've finally gotten into a routine, which is perfect, because that's I think the most important thing, and the best way to follow through on this is for me to have a good routine that sticks and is comfortable and I can do it. So right now my routine is Monday through Friday. I said that I took Thursday off as my rest day because I had worked 6 days in a row. I think what I'm going to do is, I worked out this morning, which is Saturday. I'm probably going to do something active in the evening. And then Sunday is going to be my rest day. I'm a Christian. I believe that, you need that one day rest for everything. And I think it should be Sunday, out of respect. But this week I just took it as Thursday, and it was great. But I think tomorrow I'm going to take tomorrow off as well. So this week I'll actually only have 5 days, but then I'll be on that track where I take Sunday off. And I think that'll be really good, because Thursday was actually kind of hard for me not to work out. Like, I just felt overwhelmed with cravings, I guess, or just kind of lost in my routine. Like, I wanted to stay away from those things that would draw me into sitting on the couch watching TV and eating, but there wasn't much else, so it was hard. So anyway, my routine so far, Monday through Friday, is going to be, and it has been this past week, I get up at 4:30, 4:40. The alarm goes off. I kind of rummage around. My husband sleeps through, which is amazing, because he is such a morning person and usually is up 4 or 4:30 when he was working. I mean, now he's studying for his bar exam, but yeah, up at 4:30, get dressed, try to get out the door a tiny bit before 5. I'm taking my iPad, so I'm watching Netflix. I just got into Grey's Anatomy. Like, I had a cousin's girlfriend tell me that Grey's Anatomy was great. It has like 7 or 8 seasons on Netflix. It each has like 20 episodes a season, so it's great because there's tons to watch. And I'm only letting myself watch it at the wellness center. So like this morning I woke up and I said, "Yay, I get to watch Grey's." But anyway, I'm taking my iPad. I'm watching like an episode of Grey's while I'm on the elliptical, and I try to do. I mean, it ends up being like 43 to 44 minutes when I watch a Grey's episode, and I'm trying to kind of finish it off, try to do like 45, 50 minutes if I can. Yeah, I didn't really do any weight training last week. I just felt like it was going to be overwhelming, which I'm really proud of myself. I'm usually all or nothing, and I just felt like it was going to be too much, overwhelming. I was going to get derailed, and I just needed to focus on cardio. So that's what I did. I focused on cardio. Yeah, I have a Polar TF4 heart rate monitor, and so I kind of watch that. And I actually start it when I start working out, and I let it go until I get home. I try to kind of see what the big picture is, and it tracks your time and your calorie burn. Some mornings I was down like 450 when I was done, and there were other mornings I was up at almost 600. So that was great. And then I also found on my iPhone, it's called My Weight. It's an app. It is awesome. Like, maybe it's just my detail-orientated, my obsessive-compulsive, my whatever, that makes this so awesome. But you enter all your information, and it's free. You enter all your information, and the first screen shows you, like, it has on one side it has current weight, or no, it has start weight, BMI, date, and then it has current in the middle, and then it has goal or target in the end. And then in the middle of it, it shows you your progress. It's just like a little slider thing. But it shows, you're a certain percentage of the way through your progress or your target weight, and you're a certain percentage of the way through your goal or date. So it's great because I can see whether or not, because like I didn't lose that much weight this week compared to what I know I can, or I have in the past in a week. But it was awesome when I would look at it and say, all I have to do is keep doing what I'm doing, and I am on track. It was great. So that, I would recommend that to anyone, just to try it out, because if there are people like me who that just means the world to be able to track constantly, it'll be great. Yeah, and I did have something else to say. I've forgotten it. I was thinking about it when we were talking about the app, but it's gone. So anyway, that was my week in a nutshell. I started out, I don't think I told you guys this, I started out 196.8. I weighed in Friday morning 195. So total loss from Friday to Friday was 1.8 pounds, almost 2 pounds. But I weighed in on Wednesday. So I weighed Wednesday and I was 140, I went up an eighth. So what was it? 142. No, sorry guys. my mind is going a little out. I was 194.2. That's what it was. I was 194.2. Wow, that was hard. Sorry. On Wednesday, and then I took my rest day, and then I went back in on Friday, and I was pretty careful on Thursday. I mean, I had a craving for Walmart chicken, you know, the pick-a-buck or whatever, and we went and got it because it was chicken, and I made sure I had like a much smaller portion than what I usually do, but weighed in Friday at 195, so I went back up 1/8 of a pound, and I was devastated. As dumb as that sounds, I was so upset because I felt like I was doing this teetering thing like I usually do. Like I work out really hard and I get, you know, stuck on these couple of numbers and I never move. But, you know, I keep telling myself this week, the only thing that I'm lacking is consistency. I know how to lose weight, and had I been consistent every time I have started this, if I would have just been consistent, I would be 115, 120 pounds by now. The only problem is I'm not consistent. So I told myself that. I went out and I worked out, and I actually was upset. So I worked out harder. I did the full hour. It was over 500 calories by the time I just left and was off the elliptical. And then I went in, I mean, this is getting into my second week, but I went in this morning and I weighed in at 193.6. So I crushed the 194s. Like, I feel like I've moved beyond, you know? So that's great. It's going to be a long journey if I track every 1/8 of a pound like this, but, yeah, so that just wraps up my week. If you guys have any questions, just post them below. I'll try to answer them. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing special, just being consistent all week, which is new for me. I'm usually all or nothing, and having a lot of support from my husband. So, all right, guys, I am into week 2, and I will update you on week 2 next week. So have a good week, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.